Hello, hello to all our change makers, and welcome to another exciting interview with another amazing change maker. We're so excited today to welcome to the stage Brenda Ryan. How are you today, Brenda?
I'm good. Good to see you, Cheyenne.
Good,
It's great
good to
being here.
see
Thank
you.
you.
And tell everybody where you're located.
I'm in Fort Worth, Texas. Where are you?
All
No.
right. Awesome area to
Everybody,
be in.
thank you. It's pretty warm here today.
Oh, it's pretty warm here in Tennessee too, so I feel you, sister. Oh, well, tell all of our folks out here a little bit about who you are, what you do, and what makes you so amazing.
Oh, well, yeah, that's okay. It's like I'm never answering why I'm amazing too often. I don't think like that, but thank you. Um, I'm Brenda Ryan. I was born and raised in Fort Worth, Texas, and I have two kids, and I have a boy and a girl, and they each have a boy and a girl. So around the table, there's nine of us. It's real easy to figure. And I have three pandemic babies, as I call them. She's two, finally just turned two, and then three, and then five. And then I have a teenager. So I'm a happy grandmother as well as a happy mother. I've got great kids too. So
Awesome.
yeah, and chairperson of my graduating class, same church all my life. I mean, I just know a lot of people before this ever started, and honestly, not a long story, but I won't go into it now. But God kind of poured this in my lap, and I was I I just went along with it. And it's worked out so far. For 22 years, I've been in business. My degree, my background, my experience is guidance and counseling and education. So I've always been taking care of people, like in elementary schools, helping girls with their boyfriends or parents or whatever it was. And I just found a degree that kind of backed all that up. So I was real happy because it's wonderful when we help each other. It's wonderful when we collaborate and bring bring ourselves together to make each other better. So as I said, God kind of gave it to me. It was in the raw form in the beginning, but this is what it looks like today. It's called the Referral Resource Guide. Businesses with integrity, serving from Fort Worth, Texas to the global community. No, it did not always look like that. I mail it out for free to people that ask me to. I don't put it in people's mailboxes without being asked to because I don't like things that show up in my mailbox that I didn't ask for. I don't like spam in my mailbox, my inbox, or my text threads. And so, but I do love connecting with people because that's what we need to do. And here is the website. Everybody's got a full page on it to talk about who they are, what they do. I've got a ton of categories, and these are all logo ads that pop up fresh every time. And what's in it for consumers? There's a flip guide like I have in my hand, and then for advertisers, they can apply. But if by chance you all find out about me through Cheyenne, just let me know that. I mean, LinkedIn or I don't do business on Facebook, but I am on LinkedIn and my website. You can contact me any way you want to. I've got a phone number too, so there you go. I'd love to hear from you if that's something I can help you with, because it matters that people are known as people that want to serve others with dignity and with respect, and on mission to make the world a better, safer, and more peaceful place to be. So that's what I do and
Mm.
what I've done for 22 years.
Wow. Well, I just have to ask the question. Okay, so you say God dropped this in your lap. Was it in a dream? How did you find? How did you get this message? Shall we say that it was time for you to start building a business like this?
Well, number one, I was never someone that thought I was going to be a business owner, nor did I ever dream of being an entrepreneur. I don't even know that I knew that word, but so my son graduated from Baylor University, double degree in business, started working for a guy in publishing. He immediately broke away, started his own company, and one day was over here. And this is where I feel like God entered into it before he even opened his mouth. He said, "Mom, you ought to publish some advertising." And I said, "Oh, I wonder who I'd advertise for." Instead of saying what I think I would have normally said, which is, why would I do that? I have a career. I was counseling teenagers. I was counseling welfare women. I was counseling elderly people, handicapped people, yeah, all kinds of people. And but I didn't say that. I said, "Oh, I wonder who I'd advertise for." He said, "You know so many people." And immediately I knew the name of my company, being Connections Publishing Company, for all the right reasons, connecting
Mm.
people. A portion of the proceeds would go to World Hunger through Heifer International, and it'd only be by referral, because why would I advertise for somebody not dedicated to serving people with dignity and respect and integrity? So, I mean, I'm taking care of my family, my friends, and everybody I've met in the last 22 years. That it didn't make sense to me until I, realized that people are more, or companies are about the transaction rather than the quality of the person that they're advertising for. I don't even know that they know them. They just sell them advertising. So I don't do that. I talk to people, find out what's in their heart, what their spirit's like, what their passion is. And if we have a shared vision, it's so exciting, because then I get to take care of another piece of the community, of society, that wouldn't have access to that particular need that they've got. So it's always exciting to me when I meet somebody that is doing something that I've never heard of before, or that and even if it's an old company that I've heard of a lot of times, it's all about the person that is representing that company, that cares about the way they treat people. And
Wow.
that's the
Wow.
simplest version. But yeah, so as though it was true, I went out and started talking to people I knew, liked, and trusted. I could only describe an idea that was in my head because I didn't have anything to show them. They trusted me, gave me money, and I published the first one. I had found a designer in like an Office Max kind of a thing, and he was recreating a PDF invitation I had, and I was going, "Man, he's so creative." So I said, "Do you freelance to the side?" Well, of course he did, because I was in the flow. And he said, "Yeah," and so he was my first designer. And then after we got the first one out, he said, "Okay, you need a website." And I said, "What for?" Because I wasn't from the world of business or anything. I mean, yeah. So he created the first one, and then it was an electrician that told me I had to have my picture in it and say something. And I'm going, I'm a counselor. I don't get in front and center of anything. So I put it in the back when he insisted. He goes, "It's got to be in the front." And like I said, I never compared what I did to anybody else. But finally, over the years, I got used to it. Here's the publisher's page. There's the cover. There I am, talking about all these amazing people and what they do for people. And so I got over it. And I'm glad, because apparently it was supposed to become bigger than I knew. So I mail it out for free. It's not local. It's anything and everywhere that people need help with. Anything I can help them with. Yeah, I do have some local people, but at the same time, that's because I started it here. That's why it's still serving from Fort Worth, Texas, the global community. So
Very
I'd love to
cool.
meet anybody that would like to visit with me, for sure.
That is so neat. So, just to make sure everybody heard this correctly, that you do not accept everyone for advertising in your publication. You're vetting people, you're approving people. Is that correct?
That's very correct. Yeah. They have to, I mean, we have to want to make the world a better, safer, and more peaceful place. I mean, what is
Absolutely.
the point of just a transaction when somebody can sign a check and somebody can cash it and pay some bills? I don't. that's not where my heart lives. So I'm looking for heart-centered people that want to help out others.
And that makes total sense. I mean, trust is one of those things that I think has become a lot harder to find, a lot harder to earn in society today. So, anytime, and, I've been in the small business community for a long time too. And I know that people want to be able to find people to do business with that they don't have to worry about that they're being ripped off, they're being scammed, they're being whatever. I mean, so much
Yeah.
craziness in the world today. So yeah, I think God was right on time with getting you
Oh,
moving down that path.
well, I'll tell you, it's so funny. It wasn't that long ago that I realized that all this foundation work that had been taking place and all these relationships I've got, that it was for a time like this. I
Mhm.
mean, I mail it out to people that request it. I don't feel like it reflects integrity to mail it out to buy a list or buy names or buy zip codes, anything like that. And I believe that to represent and promote people who care and is all I should be doing. And I mail this out so that people don't forget. Don't go to Google and ask for help, because everybody's going to say they're trustworthy, and we all know they're not. They're just
Mm,
not. But they can say it. It comes from a credible source, and that's me. And people have trusted me for 22 years to bring them those people, because
mm,
I'm so emphatic about it. And that's how I that's how I feel like we should be living life, is to protect each other and care for each other and serve each other.
mm. All sounds wonderful for sure. So again, just making sure that I understand and that all the listeners understand. So even though you're in Fort Worth, you're accepting listings from people most anywhere?
Anywhere that
Mhm.
qualify. Yeah.
Like, yeah, that meets your approval. Yes, we got
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Interesting.
It's that's the point of it all, is to serve each other. And so half the time I'm in Houston with my daughter and her family, so I can work from anywhere. And a lot of people can do the same thing I can. So, and it could be just that you're in a few states. It could be that you're all over the United States. Could be you're all North America. And I just talked to somebody out of Germany. I just talked to somebody out of Czechoslovakia, which I wasn't even really sure where that was. No, it's over there. But
Over there, yeah.
so yeah, and as long as people have that same vision for doing what they do with love and with kindness, they qualify. I mean, you can't fake that stuff. And
No.
I want to be on their journey. I want them to be on my journey. It's a relationship, not only with the community, because we're getting 15,000 hits a month on the website. And
Wow.
my analytics friend said, Brenda, yeah, you're getting some really great hits, but more importantly, you've got stickability. And I said, okay, what is that? And he said, it's because people are coming in, they're staying, they're reading, they're clicking through, they're calling. It's a relationship that you've built with everybody that you've come in contact with. And I thought I didn't do that to manipulate the situation, because I never would have dreamed that. It's just the way I live life. I build relationships with people
Mhm.
so that I know who they are and how I can help, and refer people, and do whatever I can. I mean, that's just the nature of actually, I'll say, the way God is with us. He's good to us, and I want to be all I can be in His behalf, to serve people in that same spirit, even though we don't exactly know what that is, but that's what it is. It's
Mhm.
something along those lines. So I'm really, really glad that you're asking me these questions. Appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and so the next one that comes to mind, is there any difference between what's in the printed version versus what you've got in it's an actual app you have, right? Or
Yeah.
no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there a difference between what's in the app and in your printed version?
Well, and of course you can get it on the computer too. It's all the
Gotcha.
same. There's the advantage of the website is it's unlimited space for a person, for an advertiser. They've got unlimited amount of contact information, videos, pictures, whatever it is, to let somebody know what they have, or it could be, product or service, whatever it is. And then, I encourage people to tell their story as to why they're passionate about what they're doing, because that's what that's what ties us all together, and where the trust is built, and the passion, and how we want to help each other. And so there's that on the website. In the print version, there was something I couldn't make happen, and I'll show it to you. It's called a guide key. If I can figure out, there we go. And
Mhm.
so, oops, there's a star
Yep.
there. They
Yep.
wanted to know who I was doing business or had done business with. And then there's the years logo that they want to know how long they had been reputable in my guide.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll just turn it over and show you this guy. He's a retired naval surgeon. He opened up a couple of urgent clinics, and he has been in my guide for, oops, I'm having trouble figuring it out. 5
It,
years,
it's hard. Yeah.
and it's got a star on it.
It
Okay,
does.
so since it's a 6-month guide, that means he's been in that position and in my guide for 10 guides. 5 years, 10 guides. That's a lot of guides. He's
Yeah.
not even the longest term. That's just an example. And the only reason I wound up going to him, I came back from my daughter's in Houston with some kind of rash on my hand all the way to my shoulder. And I, that was late Saturday night. I wasn't about to go to church Sunday morning looking like that. I felt like I'd, scare people or something. And so I was in his office 12 noon. He told me what it was, gave me what I needed. And then I called my primary doctor on Monday. He said, I want to see it. And he squeezed me in on Wednesday. He said, it's exactly what it is and what I would have given you. So I trust my advertisers as much as I want everybody else to.
Mhm.
That this serves everyone. So that's something I couldn't figure out how to show the ROI. Um, and the reason that was developed was because somebody asked me, so how many calls did that guy get? And I'm going, well, I don't know. So I call him up, like it made sense to say, hey, how many calls have you got in the last 6 months? And he said something very important to me. He said, you expect me to stop what I'm doing and go find out how many calls I've gotten from the referral resource guide? And I said, no, I don't. That's when we started keeping track of things. So
Mhm.
it was,
Okay.
I mean, I have been led from one problem solving experience to the next. There's many more besides my picture being in there and all. But yeah, that's a difference. You've got a ton more people on the website because I've got one fixing to come out. I've, okay, I've got one out. I just showed you. I'm fixing to have another one come out. In 6 months, another one will come out.
Mhm.
So um, everybody that signs up, and we figure out what size ad, it starts at $700 for 6 months. So my pricing has not gone up in 15 years, which though ink and paper and publishing and postage and all that has gone up a lot, and y'all know that. But I just have been hanging on, and it starts at 700 for 6 months of all that. But anybody else that jumps in before it's time for the next print to come out automatically gets on the website. So potentially you could have a year's worth of advertising on this incredible website, even though, so you've got 6 months before the next print comes out, you've got the print and then continued website for another 6 months. So
Wow.
I don't know if I'm making sense, but there you go.
I get it. I do
Okay.
get it. It makes sense. Oh my goodness. Well, and apparently when you started this, you were feeling like it was just going to be the Fort Worth area, but then it started to expand. So, I mean, has God given you a vision for the future? How big is this supposed to get?
Okay, so I didn't know about it in the first place. I mean, I received three things in about, less than 5 minutes. And with that intention of, well, it must be true, I just go out and go do it because I think God gets a kick out of me because I get so naive. If he says to do something, I just go about it as though it's true, and it unfolds, and that works. That worked out that way. Um, so far as goal setting, I would never have dreamed I was going to become a global company, let alone a mission driven global business. He over time has taken this narrow vision, enlarged it and enlarged it.
Mhm.
And now, uh, when I talk about it, I also recount the fact that I believe that's why that this whole foundation of relationships that I've gained all this time is all for such a time as this, with our country in chaos, global wars. I mean, it's, I guess everything's been going on forever, but it just seems like we're in an uproar here. We've got a lot of sadness, a lot of anger, a lot of hatred, a lot of suicide, a lot of stuff. And I just want to help make it better.
Yep, I understand
And so,
completely.
no, I didn't have a plan. I still don't have a plan. I do take prayer walks morning and night with my dog, and I thank God for the day. And what are we doing today? What do you want? Because I might as well, since that's the way the relationship I've got with him is. And um, so I leave it all up to him.
I gotcha. And I love it because that's pretty much how I've been living my life for the last 25 years too. It's like, okay, what do you want now? So if
Who would have
anybody
thought?
anybody who's ever tried to coach me would get extremely frustrated because I can't answer that. It hasn't been given yet.
No. Well, and what's so cool is my designer is out of the Netherlands. My social media is out of the UK. I know that my virtual assistant is out of Kentucky. My web developer is about an hour outside of Fort Worth. But the very amazing thing about it, all these years that I've been doing this thing, um, I've never had a team as so unified in their understanding of what this is about. It's bigger than all of us, and they do their part. And then here I am. And so God is so good.
Gotta say, you are correct, no doubt. And you did mention that there is a mission tied to this. You want to say a little bit more about that?
Well, it being mission driven that we all are here to serve each other. I did 25 years myself with Navajo people, my
Hmm.
daughter 17 and my 25. So, in other words, I've been on mission a long time. I eat every Thursday night, I eat with homeless people. And that's just part of what has opened up in front of me and I've done. Um, my church is very much mission driven as well. So, but then I create things that I'm not really aware of doing until it's kind of done. And I'll give you two examples. One is, I'm sorry, it's kind of hot, so this I don't have my hair tied back, but once upon a time, well, I'm chairperson of my graduating class too, so there's another bunch of people, and but so you have the fancy night for a reunion and the casual night. Well, I took him to a place I advertised for the casual, and I think he thought, "Gosh, if she can do this with her personal life, what can she do with her business life?" Well, he invited me to come and bring people, and they had free food and all this kind of stuff. Well, that was a couple hundred people, and I thought, and from all over the place. And I thought, man, and I was talking to this girl that brings about 30 people together. And I was
Hmm.
going, man, if we can bring, I say we, because just, I think it always takes a village, I mean, yeah, I may be the face of it or whatever, but, and, So I thought, gosh, if we can bring 200 people together, we need to do more than just network with each other. We need to give back. And so Mixer with a Mission was born. Now, I said when I said that to her about we ought to give back, I said Mixer with a Mission. And she just went, "Oh my gosh, that's awesome." And I said, and I never do this, but I did it. And I believe God was the crux of it. But I pointed at her and I said, "I coined it. You can't have it." And I just thought, God, I'm pointing at people now. I just, so anyway, we did a Mixer with a Mission, business Mixer with a Mission. Um, until the pandemic came, every other month, they didn't have anybody else doing, uh, contributing throughout the year. Corporates would do one big fundraiser here and there, but nothing. We were the only consistent ones doing that. And anyway, by the time the pandemic came, we had to shut it down. We had fed 31,000 meals. So that's one. And then the other, of course, is something that I started in person 15-ish years ago, and now it's all online. And you've visited, and you're coming along with us, and it's called the Fort Worth Development Group, which doesn't describe anything, but it is a business ministry group that people from Switzerland, UK, Canada, Italy, all of the United States, and then some of us are local. And because of the fact that it used to be in person, but so it's where we take a word, a focus word for a quarter, and then people from the group actually give me a title and tagline and a date when they will speak on this word, because everybody's got a different perspective, which we all love, and we learn and we grow. I call it a holy hour because it's when we stop everything else, stop letting the world spin us, and we are with each other. We open and close with prayer. We introduce ourselves as business owners, but we're like-minded. And so we listen to the speaker, and then we make comments after that person's through speaking, saying what it meant to us or what it reminded us of or what stood out or whatever. And so before long, the hour's up, and we say a closing prayer, and then we go about our way. And so that's every Wednesday. And I write uh, a MailChimp and I mail it out. And so just to know what happened like last week, what's happening this week on Wednesday, and what's happening the following week. So I don't know. I just always make up stuff for me to do. Never think about it. But anyway, I'm sorry. I went on too long.
It's all good. It's all good. I definitely wanted you to speak about all of those things. So tell people what's the best way for people to get in touch with you?
Well, if you will give them my LinkedIn profile, I don't love emails. I'd really rather somebody just call me or text me and say, hey, or LinkedIn primarily. But then there's my website, the referralresourceguide.com. And then there's a way to contact me there. You could sign up for a free copy. You could also message me and say, hey, let's have a one-on-one or whatever. So whatever's easiest on y'all or anybody. So those are the three ways I would suggest. If you email me, it's just, I try so hard to keep up with all that stuff, but it's a lot. And so those are the best direct ways to get a hold of me: LinkedIn, my website, or my phone number.
All right. And I'm not sure, I'm getting loud rain on the roof. Did you give your phone number to us?
817-247-6401. That's 817-247-6401. Brenda
Awesome.
Ryan.
Beautiful.
Thank
Well,
you.
there you go. Well, and I'm going to also remind you to make sure that once we have this video posted, that you can put all that information in the comments too. So we'll make sure people have all of that. And
Okay.
As we get ready to wrap this up, do you have any words of wisdom you'd like to leave everybody with?
Yeah. I don't know your audience all that well, except everybody's a business person. And I think, or
Pretty much
mostly or
heart-centered business people, a lot of
okay, good.
healers.
Good, good. I need, I've got a new category and it's somebody requested it and I wish I'd thought of it myself, but it is, I mean, I've got health care with all the pills and liquids and patches that, I mean, I think that's all super valid. I know the people are also, but I come from a background of people with more emotional issues and taking care of them. So she asked me if I would uh, open up a new category of mental health. So I love I love meeting healers that do things that I no longer have the time to do, helping people emotionally um, and nonprofits. I love my nonprofits because I do a portion of the proceeds go to World Hunger, Heifer International, and I uh, I do a lot of nonprofit work, with what I just in my life, and so I always love to know what's going on and see how I can help. And but I don't know that I just answered that last question or not. Um,
Words of
oh,
wisdom, my dear.
well, so far as people with, I would always, and I mean, it has really benefited me to qualify the people that I want to do business with, described as I have now.
Mhm,
Because I feel like you're going to get that much more joy and results for the people that you serve when you do business with people that are like-minded or really want to grow through you.
mhm.
And that's where I get to come in with people that are unknown. People have told me, Brenda, I'm so glad you don't advertise for anybody on TV because that's just somebody that can throw money at things. And so I'm always looking for people that I can help elevate and show visibility so that I can help them grow and serve the community that needs them so badly. So that's what that's my recommendation anyway. That's what I would say. Know who
Gotcha.
you're helping. Know who your client is.
Mhm. Okay, and if appropriate, pass them on to you, right?
If that's a fit, if they themselves are a fit or anybody else, yeah, please. I love building relationships. And anytime anybody's trying to get me to answer a bunch of questions and stuff like that, I go back to them on an evite, from
Mhm, mhm.
I go back to them and I go, you know what? I build relationships. I'm not going to answer all these questions, but I would love to get to know you. So they kind of
Yep.
seem to have an understanding, but a lot of people want to have you answer questions, and I don't take that much time scheduling a meeting. And so, because I figure you get to know people doing what you and I are doing, what we did before in the first place, right?
That's right, that's right. And now I've just given you the opportunity to be seen by another 2,000 people.
Well, hello, everybody. If I can help, let me know. Honestly, I'm here. I want to serve you. I want to help out.
Very good, very
Thank you,
good.
Cheyenne.
Well,
You're
it is
awesome.
been a blessing to have you with us here today, Brenda, and, boy, the thunder is starting
I
to
can
roll
hear it.
heavily here, so
I wish it would here. It's blowing, but we don't have anything but sunshine and blue skies.
oh my goodness. Well, we get these really quick, short little bursts of storm around here, but some of them are interesting. So
Yeah, I've had a few.
we'll wrap it up for today and we'll say thank you to all of our change makers for tuning in. Check out what Brenda's got going on. It's a good service and she's a good gal. So we thank you all for watching. We'll see you all in the next interview. Until then, have an amazing day. Bye
Thanks,
bye.
guys. Thank you.